Farmer Glenn Young, Cold Springs Organics, Chef Jeremy.
Hi everyone. Yes, and Daniela Ferdini, our amazing dietitian. Thanks for joining us, everyone, today. We have a very exciting class. Those tuning in online, hello to you as well, and everyone here in person. It is September, already the end of September. I can't believe it already. But we will still enjoy the latest, the last, I guess, stretch of our growing season. And to kind of like send it off, I guess, do a nice little final celebration. Yes, we had the pleasure of working with farmer Glenn from Cold Springs Organics, who is doing incredible work with UHN, just amazing support. We had the pleasure of actually doing a virtual tour of his farm last week, which is now live on YouTube, which you can check out. It's about 20 minutes or so, which was just a great experience to learn about him and his experience with farming.
Where exactly?
So I think it's near Coburg, is what he was saying. Yeah, near Coburg. But he does the tours of the different farmers markets and stuff. But even just some tips on how to support our community and our local farmers, which I think is very noble, just to advocate as well. Yes. So let's jump into it. Yeah, I'm going to throw it to you.
You're going to throw it to me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So hello, everyone. I will do like the formal intro, right? So we're already thanking Farmer Glenn, Cold Springs Organics. He has provided us with all the produce that we'll be using today. And of course, Jeremy, our amazing Jeremy, turned them into amazing recipes. But before we do that, I need to talk a little bit about cancer risk reduction and the connection to seasonal eating, to eating food that is freshly picked from the farm. And world cancer experts recommend that we consume more plant-based foods to reduce our risk of cancer. And one of the key recommendations is to eat a variety of colorful vegetables and fruit every day. In fact, if you were to look at the healthy plate, you would see that half the plate is colorful fruits and vegetables. And I don't have a plate, so you'll have to visualize that.
It's a long plate.
Yes, it's a long plate. So this brings us to color. Look at the beautiful color of the Swiss chard. So if you've taken any of our classes, you know that the color is a clue to the helpful plant compound in it. And that eating variety just makes sure we get all the different colors, the different essential nutrients, antioxidants that we need to help with cancer risk reduction, but also improve our immune health and also linked to heart health, brain health. And the fall harvest is an ideal time to set this goal, try to achieve, I'm not going to say achieve this goal because we're going to do baby steps. We're going to talk about setting the goal and maybe heading out and checking out a farmer's market. If that's too hard for you, when you go to the grocery store, look for in-season produce because a lot of grocery stores have linked with their local farmers. And what's helpful about that is that sometimes we have an abundance of a certain produce at that time of year. So you might find some sales. So you might find something that is a bit more cost effective. And as I listen to the news, which maybe I shouldn't, the price of food just seems to be going up. So without further ado, I think we should move on to the first recipe. And it's no surprise that it contains Swiss chard. So this is a Swiss chard salad with lemony garlic croutons. And the Swiss chard is a dark green leafy vegetable. And I would probably call it a nutrition powerhouse of our fall season. It's rich in vitamin A, C, and K. It has iron, it has calcium, magnesium, all the heavy hitters when it comes to the important nutrients that we need. It also contains fiber and special compounds like beta-carotene and polyphenols. So the beta-carotene and polyphenols, that is what's kind of connected to the colors. And today, Jeremy has combined the Swiss chard with the chickpeas. There they are, they're hiding underneath. And the chickpeas provide our excellent source of plant protein in this dish. Very important for maintaining muscle mass, improving function, mobility, even our immune system. So I'm going to stop talking now. We're going to get over to Chard.
That is so much. That's amazing. Thank you. All right, so we're going to jump into this recipe featuring this amazing Swiss chard. And again, like the colors just like scream out to you that you want to cook it or do something with it. What I want to do is something a little bit different. Dark leafy greens, they're fantastic, and usually we cook them, we throw them in soups, we saute them. I'm going to treat this more like a salad, like I mentioned, and we're actually going to use it, the leaves, as its raw form. Now, in its raw form, it might have a little bit more texture. It's not like a delicate like lettuce leaf, but I think it works really well with this sort of kind of warmish salad. So to take it there, to bring some more depth of flavor to those like heartier greens, we're going to make these really, really delicious seasoned breadcrumbs. Now, this is a nice little trick, which I'll share with you, that you can use for not only salads, but this is a really nice topping for like a soup or pastas or rice dishes. And what's nice is it's a great way to use up some of that bread that might be in your freezer that you want to use up, right? Or it's a day or two old. Come on in. And what I like is you can make a big batch. You can put it into a container or a freezer bag, pop it in the freezer, and it will last for months and months and months. And then you can just add it to your dishes as you go. And it completely transforms the dishes.
It elevates the dishes.
And it's like a little bit of bread and some seasoning. Yes, exactly. So what I want is really this Swiss chard to be the star here. But we're just going to sort of, in the back notes, add some extra texture and flavor. So we have some bread, roughly chopped. This is a nice way you can use some, like if you want a whole grain bread, like a nice way to get some extra fiber. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, roughly chopped. And if you want it finer, like a bread crumb, you can definitely do it a little bit finer. But I like more of that texture here. And in a pan with just a little bit of olive oil, we're going to start toasting this up. So I'm going to add a little bit here.
Where's my remote?
I hid the remote from Daniela because she got a little remote.
How did you do the last time without?
There it is. So we have some breadcrumbs in there, or the coarse chopped bread. And then do this whatever flavors you enjoy. So again, Farmer Glenn picked some herbs for us. So we have some beautiful sage here, which I just washed and just sort of tore it. Some of the leaves are really nice and whole. I'm going to throw that in here, warm that up. I think, again, fall, you're thinking these like heartier herbs.
Is that number 3 or number 2 on the remote?
I'm afraid to tell you. There we go.
There we go.
Number 3. All right. So we'll throw some sage in there, and then some garlic. Again, this incredible garlic, super flavorful. What I like to do is if I have some really, really, really nice garlic, especially if it's like a special garlic, like Ontario garlic, and we're known for our garlic. It's not the easiest to access all the time unless you go to a farmer's market and you talk to your farmers. That's a nice way to do it. In the grocery store, sometimes they carry it, sometimes they don't. But when we do have some really, really nice garlic, I try not to let it sit for too long. Even though it is like a vegetable you can let sit, I want to store all the deliciousness all at once. So I peel them all, throw them in a food processor. It's the easiest way, and just pulse them until finely minced. And then you could take this and mix it with olive oil and pop it into the freezer and into like ice cube trays, or they have those little silicone molds, which are fantastic. Only because garlic does not really last too long in the fridge. Even if it is submerged in oil, there is a potential risk of botulism. So you do want to be very, very careful with garlic. So if you're going to do this preparation, which I love, mix it with a little bit of olive oil. You can do water too. I just think it's better with olive oil, and it's easier to use in your dishes. And then in the freezer. Okay.
And label it so that you don't end up putting it in your drink.
Label it.
Didn't you have an awful experience of that?
I mean,
was it you?
Yes, it was me. I wouldn't say awful, but yeah, my mom used to
surprising.
Put pesto in the ice cube trays. Yeah. And,
refreshing.
Refreshing, yeah. It was surprising, for sure. All right, so some really, really nice garlic in here as well. And we're just going to toast this up. So you should, if you're at home watching, you have to sort of imagine. But here, you should start to smell the sage and the garlic working there with the bread, those coarse breadcrumbs. And then you can add a little pinch of salt if you want here. And like a few minutes. It really does not take much time at all, just until we get some of this color. Okay? So, breadcrumbs are doing their thing. We're going to work back to the Swiss chard. And to this, what I want to do is first...
Sorry. It can smell it even more.
Over there. Oh, yeah.
It's really traveling. Wow.
We designed the kitchens that they
so the
smell.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I want to do is the beautiful color of the stems. I'm going to take these and just roughly chop them. And we're going to add this. We're going to reserve this. But what I'll do is I'll just put it in my bowl of chickpeas for now. So I want to warm this through. So again, it's like this comforting, sort of warming salad. All these great textures and flavors.
I like that you're including the stems as well, and not just
absolutely.
leaves, right?
I think it's very common for us to think of, throw away the broccoli stem and the chard stem, and maybe some stems like kale stems.
Okay.
They're pretty hardy, they're pretty stringy. But these are delicious. They're absolutely fantastic, and they're so colorful. Like it's definitely use them, keep them in here, and we'll get back to that in a moment. And then with the leaves, they're all different sizes. So just wash them well. And then what I like to do is just stack them. And then you can sort of do a little tuck and roll here. Okay. And then holding that little roll of the Swiss chard, you take your knife and just, again, take your time. And then just slowly work your way through that chard. Now, because it is a thicker green, I want to cut it as thin as I can. Just so that you don't have like a big piece that you're gnawing on for a while. And if you do prefer it cooked so that it's softer, you can absolutely do that as well. And make it sort of like a cooked Swiss chard dish.
I guess you would just submerge it for a little bit or steam it.
Yeah, cook it quick. Yeah, you can just saute it like you're doing here with breadcrumbs, or you can
I like the
steam
saute,
it.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some more flavor in there. All right, so I did a bit of prep before. Did not expand to a giant bowl.
Imagine that, right?
Yes.
Jeremy, that didn't work for me at home.
It's a little chef magic. Okay, so we have our Swiss chard greens. Again, still containing a lot of that color running through the stem, which is beautiful. Our breadcrumbs. Nice and toasty, and getting some really nice color. I am happy with this. You can push it a little bit further if you want, but we've got a show to do, so we're moving.
Okay, so breadcrumbs first.
Yeah, so breadcrumbs first, so I'm going to
Not what I expected.
bowl. And then you can smell that garlic. Again, keep an eye on it because we don't want that garlic to burn.
So it's a healthy amount of breadcrumbs in there.
Yes.
Croutons, I mean.
Croutons, yes, absolutely. And then in that pan, add those chickpeas and the stems. Right.
Of course.
Okay, so we'll let that warm through. The one thing, I'm just making a mess.
That's okay. We love to see it, right? Yeah, usually it's so pristine, but now you're one of us.
Yes.
Or you're one of us. We're not one of you.
I always make it. I always make it.
We're so good.
To the breadcrumbs, I forgot, you can add some lemon zest as well. So just taking the lemon. Glenn did not grow the lemons. That would be a game changer. But most of it is from his farm. So we're just removing some of that lemon zest.
And that's the thing too, right? Like we're using chickpeas. They were canned.
Canned,
they were
rinse, again.
Yeah, so
Convenient.
it's exactly using the canned goods, for convenience, for things that might be harder to prepare, and balancing it out with whatever is in season. And it's a beautiful marriage of the two.
Love it. All right, so just warming chickpeas and the stems through. Just to soften the stems, maybe just slightly. But again, this should take like 15 minutes from front to end. Shouldn't take too long. So we have our greens, we have our breadcrumbs, and the chickpeas are ready to go. So now we're ready to combine. So we'll take that lemon. I cut one earlier.
Oh, okay. And it wasn't as juicy?
No, very juicy, but
Very
not
juicy.
one seed.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, I don't know if I've had a lemon without a seed before.
I don't think I have either.
So I was guessing if this was going to be the same, and it looks like it is.
I don't have the strength in my hands to do it like that.
Yeah.
But,
So
mhm.
yeah, if you don't, fork. This is the
I
fork.
like this trick, and this is what I do most of the time.
Right. It makes it, if it's a little challenging to squeeze
Yeah.
the lemon, take your fork and you put it right inside that lemon and squeeze it around the fork. It makes it much, much easier, and you're getting more juice actually out of it. This way.
Although I guess that's the physiotherapists and OTs would probably want us to exercise
Work
our
it.
hands a little bit.
Yeah, you can work it a little bit. All right, so lemon in there. Beautiful.
Now it's glistening. Now it's just glistening.
Yeah.
The eye appeal is amazing.
Don't need to do too much. A little bit of olive oil.
And olive oil is fine because there are some vitamins that are better absorbed with a fat medium. So vitamin A, E, K, which we have in the salad, or we have the A and the K, will be absorbed better because we've combined it with the olive oil.
So a small pinch of salt. Usually if I'm making a dressing, I'll combine those all together so that the salt dissolves through. But we don't have time for that. No more
We
mucking
got
around.
that quick and dirty version.
Yeah. Okay, so just a little bit of that acid, the olive oil,
I want to bring it down, but I know I'm
toss
making
it.
people nauseous. Oh, we need
We'll
to
get
do
the
it.
chickpeas in here, nice and warm stems. We'll give that a nice little toss as well.
We also have one of our favorite power couples in here. Anybody want to give it a try? What power couple we love to talk about? Yes. Yay! She gets
What is
1,000 chickpea points.
Can you repeat the power couple?
Oh yes,
I missed
yes. Iron and vitamin C. So the plant form of iron in the chickpeas is not as easily absorbed as iron you find in animal foods. So nature has a way of helping us out. And vitamin C is the key to helping us absorb more of the iron from the chickpeas. So having that combo is great. And you can do it with the salad. So you saw with the legumes, the dried peas, the dark green leafy vegetables. We also had some lemon, which is vitamin C as well. But I'm going to stop talking because look at this salad.
There we go.
Holy moly.
So just a big pile of it. And
Wow, huh?
don't be shy with the breadcrumbs because again, the texture and the flavor is really, really going to help. And that's it.
Thank you, Farmer Glenn.
Yes, thank you for
Thank
Glenn.
you, Chef Jeremy.
Oh, you're welcome. If you wanted a little bit extra, a little bit of shredded cheese, a little bit of parm on top would be
Okay.
fantastic. I realized that I used cheese in my recipe today, so this one will go sans cheese. But
Would we say chef's kiss to that?
chef's kiss, sure. There we go. So that's our first recipe here. Our Swiss chard